Oh, and who will stay?
I'm glad that that's when I decided to hit the record button so that I could hear that
Mm,
lovely sound that you just
mm.
made.
Hello, welcome everyone to um another event, another podcast treat for your little ears and those little tiny bones in the ear that move when sound vibrates next to it. This is a What the Gays Think
Oh,
episode number, I don't know,
I think we're
a
on
lot.
45.
Well, welcome to the 45th episode, if it is that, of the What Do the Gays Think podcast. I'm joined by my co-host, um, the well-read and well-written Matt Klubeck. Hello.
Hello. How are you today, Pat?
Hello. I'm fine. How are you?
What is that in the background? What does that pillow say? Does it say the Horde?
Yeah, Anthony got that for me for one of the Secret Santas.
Ah, when
Yeah, I think it was Anthony. I'm pretty sure.
we we did a Secret Santa this year, but we still have not given each other our Secret Santa gifts.
Well, the moment all five of us are in a room together, we can do that. But until then,
We got interrupted by the Rona,
yeah.
but we're working on it.
I know, and then Anthony's leaving, so like, yikes.
Oh my God, Anthony's moving to Seattle. How are we supposed to do Secret Santa now? Is he gonna take his Secret
Um,
Santa gift with him?
I was like, you should just ship it. But then
Ah,
again, if we all want to be there,
I ship it.
um, so
Or
today's your episode. So like, what are we doing?
oh yes, today is my episode. So I don't have a particular topic prepared, but one of our previous episodes, you and I basically just went onto Twitter and looked at what was trending, and we just had
Yeah.
some conversations about what was going on. So I think that we're gonna do that again.
Oh
Um,
my, it was award winning.
it was
That
award
episode
winning.
that episode was groundbreaking, award winning. It really said something. And I think we all need to take up space and think about what it said. So here's the sequel.
All right. Well, I'm all about taking up space, Um,
With that fat ass you have. Yeah, you're
dump truck. No. All right. So I'm going onto our Twitter. I'm just gonna look at what's trending and see what the hell is going on. So
Bush is trending.
what? Are
Former President Donald Trump endorses Ken Paxton for re-election as Texas Attorney General over GOP primary challenger George P. Bush. Is that related to
who?
like
Attorney
the
General? Why do I care about this?
is George P. Bush related to the other Bushes?
Oh, I don't know. George P. Bush. Why are there so many George Bushes? Hang on. Let's George. Let's look him up. George P. Bush. We're already going in, trying to figure out what the
Yeah,
fuck is going on Twitter today. Who is George Prescott Bush?
Scott. Oh God.
Oh, he is definitely not related to the other George Bushes because he does not. Well, I guess he could be a white guy. He doesn't look like a white guy.
Yikes. Wow, that was really racist of you. Maybe you should not talk like
Ah.
that.
Oh, maybe he is a white guy. His father is Jeb Bush apparently.
Oh, so
Uh,
yeah, he is a Bush.
yeah. So I guess he is part of that whole family. Well, Bush did it.
Wow.
So ah.
Okay, going deep.
I'm
That
like
just
Wendy.
started.
I'm like Wendy Williams when she was like death to all of them.
Death to all of
Who
them.
said that?
Not me.
Anyway,
Well, I don't care about the Bushes,
when
so
I go into the for you on Twitter, it doesn't give the for you trends anymore. What happened? What
mine
happened?
does. Return. It has mine's right here.
It gives you the for you trends. I don't see anything.
Yeah, it says for you, and then underneath this picture is like all the AR-15 is trending.
Oh, here we go. Why wasn't it trending? Okay, that's weird. Why is AR-15 trending? Oh God, it's in
Mm-hmm.
political figures. Let's go in. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who twice pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI and then received a pardon, suggested this month that he would use an AR-15 he was given as a gift to shoot someone in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
How do we feel about Michael Flynn?
I don't like him, that's for sure.
Apparently, he was just joking, but
Every time I joke about killing people, everyone understands it's a joke. They're like,
death,
"Oh yeah, he was just joking. He was gonna
death
really
to all
murder
of them.
people." Wendy Williams doesn't really. She's not really gonna kill all of the Spears, besides Britney.
Obvious. Or maybe she will. Who knows?
Or oh, fuck, with Wendy Williams, I don't goddamn know what she's gonna do.
How do we feel about guns? Have we talked about guns on this podcast?
I think we have, and I'll reiterate. I don't think they're you should. I don't want them. I don't
I
want
don't
them.
want
I don't
them.
think people should own them. I don't. I think if you really want a gun and you really want to shoot it at a gun ranges should
Oh,
house the guns.
oh,
No one should have a gun in the home. So if you really want a gun and you want to play with it at a range because you want to play with your death pistol, then yeah, the ranges should have facilities that store guns, and they should be run by people who are trained to handle them.
wow.
So yeah,
Personally, like, I'm okay if you have guns. Just I want to make sure that the correct people have guns and not the bad people. So I'm all about like mandatory psych testing and background checks, mandatory wait periods. So if someone goes to buy a gun, they have to wait a certain period of time before they actually get it. That way, if people are making impulsive decisions, they can go ahead and, cool off maybe before actually getting the gun. I'm in favor of things like that.
yeah.
Just my personal opinion, though.
Um, I see something.
Oh,
Hashtag justice for Cameron Herron.
oh no, what happened?
Do you know who Cameron Herron is?
No, is it in the For You trending or is it in the regular trending?
I saw this after I clicked on the thing we just read about the AR-15. Like,
I do not see this trending. So
well,
who is that?
Cameron Herron. Let's see. Yeah, Cameron Herron and John Baranow have been sentenced to prison for their roles in the street racing crash that killed a mother and baby along Tampa Bay Shores Boulevard in 2018.
Oh no.
So, why is justice for Cameron Herron trending if he got someone killed? That's what I want to know.
Justice for Cameron Herron. He killed someone, and people are saying justice for him.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to figure out why people are getting this.
I'm going into the hashtag. Here we go. What is happening?
The ruling is totally unfair. He was sentenced to 24 years. Um,
24 years. What happened? I still don't know what happened.
he killed someone.
Well,
Okay.
then why are people saying justice for him? I'm so confused.
Here we go. Bayshore's wide waterfront sidewalk is a popular pedestrian path through South Tampa, promoted by the city as the longest continuous sidewalk, whatever. Jessica Rasinger-Rabinault and her daughter Lilia were trying to cross the street at West Knights Avenue in what police later described as a lawful crossing, so it was lawful, no jaywalking. Before they can make it across, the mom and baby were hit by a 2018 Ford Mustang driven by Cameron Herron, who lived just a few blocks away. Police say Herron, with Tristan Herron as his passenger, was racing another northbound vehicle.
Oh,
Showed he was going 102 miles an hour before the driver began hard braking right before the crash. The speed limit at the time was 45 miles per hour. So he's going about 60 over before he realizes he needs to stop, and then he crashes into this mother and daughter and kills them both. And we're saying he should have what? Justice for him? What? He got 24 years for
for
killing
killing
people.
someone?
Like what did you expect was going to happen? He was going to what? Get a year? Like he killed two people because he was street racing and breaking the law. Like
It was a lawful crossing, you said?
Yeah, they said it was a lawful crossing, so it was not like the mom and the daughter were jaywalking or they didn't use a crosswalk. So,
Well, yeah.
and besides, even if it wasn't a lawful crossing, 102 and a 45
Yeah,
because you're street racing,
you murdered someone. You killed someone by hitting them with your car. So
like, and you know what? He's white. I'm surprised he even got that much.
oh, political commentary. Here we go.
Because I could have easily seen this go 5 years, but 3 with good behavior. You know, 24. That's a good amount of time.
Yeah, that's a
and
big
now
yes.
there's a petition.
A petition to release him or something?
Yeah, like a petition to like not release him, but I guess like change what, the ruling was. But like,
I mean, he killed someone. What? Anyway.
anyway, I don't like it. Let's get out of it. Let's get out of
I
it.
saw that Josh Hawley was trending, so I'm just going in to
Oh,
see.
for God's sakes, why?
I love looking at whatever the fuck these Republicans are doing because they're such
Uh,
batshit crazy people. Um,
okay.
apparently, Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz just filed a briefing asking the United States Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade. Josh Hawley, shut up. Who
Who?
cares?
Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz? Is that what you said?
Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz are doing something to try to get the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade.
Two
Um,
men that are not having any sex and have tiny dicks that just want to control women's lives are like, let's control women's lives.
let's control women's lives, and they wanted to, overturn the election, but they they want to control women's bodies. What is happening?
Jesus Christ, on a bicycle.
Can we get rid of him? Are we allowed to just we should
Where is he from?
recall what?
Where is he from again? What state is he from?
He's from Missouri.
Well, we gotta get in Missouri and get him the fuck out of there.
He's also introducing legislation to fight against critical race theory.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what that means. But I saw a TikTok that was trying to describe what critical race theory was. Um, and this TikTok was basically saying, apparently the woman was part of like the American Teachers Association, whatever that shit is called. She was saying like, don't let these people confuse you with the phrase critical race theory. Critical race theory is like something studied by like lawyers and politicians in school about how like systemic racism or the idea of systemic racism affects like I don't know political and lawmaking practices. I don't know. I don't know if this is right either. This is just what I saw. And
Oh,
then she said, don't let them use that to confuse you from what they're really trying to do, which is to ban the discussion of racism in classrooms. And I was like, I if she's accurate, then yes, let's not do that because they want to use the fancy phrase critical race theory, and then people like me who have no idea what that is get, what's that?
what's critical
But
race theory?
if it's really about stopping the discussion of racism, how it's impacted, like let's say history, for example, like talking about like the treatment of black people in the United States. If it's that, then no, this is bad. This is all bad news.
No, so critical race theory is just honestly, it's like a buzz thing now that conservatives will say to scare people. Oh,
Yeah.
we're teaching racism in our schools. Like, no, that's not what's happening. First of all, no one is, at least not that I know of, no one is teaching critical race theory in the first place in schools.
Yeah.
The all this legislation that they are trying to push to quote unquote stop critical race theory. They're just trying to stop, teaching slavery, basically, like how America was a slave-based country for a really long time,
Yeah.
and the detriments of that. They just wanted to stop talking about that, like, or talking about it so badly. Like, for example, they wanted to change the curriculum of the Civil War to make people think that it was more about states' rights than how it was about slavery. Just like completely, whitewashing and trying to change our history to you know,
Revisionist history
to
in my
make it seem
United
like racism
States.
never existed, and that's not cool.
I Yeah. So I guess the moral is if you hear people saying critical race theory, take a moment and figure out what they're really trying to say in terms of what these Republicans want to stop people from learning about in schools.
No, that's just it. Is that no one is actually teaching critical race theory in
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
schools.
yeah. So this is really it's not about that.
Uh,
Yeah,
so I don't
love
feel like
it.
going into these Fox News articles to see what they're talking about in terms of Josh Hawley presenting this For America Act. What is it called? I just saw it. Love America Act.
What does that
Terrible.
even mean? Ugh, I just see a lot of RuPaul Drag Race stuff, and can I just say that even though you don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race,
I
this
should
season
though.
is right now. There's All Star 6, so it's older queens that were on the first series come back to try to win. this time around because they didn't win the first time. And Kylie Sonique Love, I don't know if I said this on the podcast yet. Kylie Sonique Love owns my hole.
Oh.
Um, she does. She owns it. And on the most recent episode, she won. And while there has been some criticism of whether or not she should have won or shouldn't won the challenge of the week, I think she deserved it. And that lip sync she did, the dancing, the choreography, the flips, the splits, her breasts basically exposed, just the
Ah.
outfit she wore on the runway,
Bless.
just trans beauty blazed, just trans beauty graced the runway that episode, and I love it.
Ah, what a blessing.
So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
What a blessing. I really should. I should watch RuPaul's Drag Race at some point.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like there's a lot of seasons, so like you know, yeah.
Well, maybe I'll
Just
start with like the newer seasons. I don't know. I heard that the earlier seasons are not that good.
the first two seasons are rough to watch just because like the production value is very low.
Oh, well, anyway, I saw that Californians was trending, and I saw
Why?
this lovely tweet from the Office of the Governor of California. 75% of Californians, eligible Californians, have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. 75%.
Oh, good. They
Um,
won't be part of the deaths that are happening because of the unvaccinated.
I mean, 75% is a pretty good amount, which is lit. And it's of eligible, so I'm assuming that does not include, children at the moment. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, because I think they're doing clinical trials currently for the vaccines for children, or something or other like that. But it's not ready yet for children. So I'm glad that at least 3/4 of adults in California are doing pretty well. I wish that the rest of the country was like that, but it'd be that way.
It really do. I'm seeing Tom Daly, and you know how much I love Tom Daly.
Who's Tom Daly?
Ugh. That Bo Burnham sound on TikTok.
Ah!
Tom Daly is an Olympic diver for England, Britain, whatever. And first of all, gay. Second of
Amazing.
all, has a husband. Third of all, has an adorable child. And fourth of all, he got the gold medal for his synchronized 10-meter event in Tokyo.
Oh, I saw that video actually. I saw the video.
I think he got the gold, right?
Yeah, he
He
did.
got the gold. Yeah, and I think I saw is this really cute video of like his husband. I think like recorded his son watching the video of him doing it, and I just thought that was adorable. And he's so hot. Like he's eh, ladies and gentlemen and theys and thems listening to this podcast, watching this podcast. If you like the stereotypical man body, like if you're into the manly shape of of a human corpse, well, not
A
corpse, but
human
human body,
corpse.
a human body for all you necrophiliacs out there.
Oh yeah, if you like a good
Do
human corpse.
do yourself a favor and just Google Tom Daly. I'm pretty sure that's right. In college,
Oh no.
in college, I bought myself a Tom Daly calendar, and one of those like swimsuit calendar kind of things.
Oh,
It gave me life. It really did. It
it got
gave
you
me
through a
life.
lot of cold nights, if you know what I mean.
Right, yeah, a lot of lonely nights in my dorm, but he's so attractive. And of course with divers, for those who don't know, when they're diving, they make the stupidest faces. So if you want to give yourself a laugh, just Google like
Diving faces.
Olympic diving face or something, and you'll just see the funniest shit of your life. But looks like they're trying to take a big shit, honestly.
Oh my god. How do we feel in general about the Olympics? How do you feel about it?
There's a lot going on TikTok about why the Olympics were made in the first place,
No.
or and like the history of the Olympics. So I've been kind of getting into it. I think it's fine. Like, it's just another outlet for a competitive sport. I I feel like if I say, "Oh, I'm totally into the Olympics," someone's gonna be like, "Well, little did you know, there's this secret, super sexist, racist
Right.
beginning of the Olympics," and I'm gonna be like, "I'm sorry, it wasn't well read." Which happens to everything you like nowadays. Doesn't matter what it is. The moment you say you like something, someone's like, "Well, did you know about this little known fact that completely ruins it for you?" And it usually involves a white man.
Ah, the
Ugh,
worst.
it really is the worst. But why? Do you like the Olympics? Does that like do you get hard for the Olympics?
No, I don't get hard for the Olympics. I'm not a big fan of the Olympics just because I don't like sports, but I think it's fun. Like I think it obviously it should exist.
I love the figure skating.
Yeah,
I do. I do.
I don't watch any of the Olympics at all. I have been seeing a couple clips on TikTok, but usually I just skip them.
Yeah.
I
Well,
I did
you're
see
just looking for that next Bo Burnham shit, you know?
honestly mood. I did see one clip of the Olympics though. It was of I guess a sprint or a long distance run or something. But as soon as all these guys were crossing the finish line of this sprint, all of them like collapse after the sprint, and they're all on the floor. And
I mean,
the person commenting on it is like, "Who would do this to themselves? Who would do this?" And I was like, "Mood."
but like, what do you think happened? Like, because sprinters need to really expend like legit all of their energy for a short amount of time, running as fast as humanly possible. So like afterwards, you're just like, I'm gonna fall over and die.
I'm a fall over. Here I am.
Wait, what do we think about? Did we ever talk about what's her name? Shikari?
Is this the girl that couldn't compete in the Olympics because she tested for
Positive
weed?
for like weed. Yeah. What
Yeah,
do
it
we
was
think about
terrible.
that?
It's terrible. Like, well, first of all, I guess weed isn't nationally legal. It's legal here in New Jersey, at least possession. And we're working on a lot of the legislation here in New Jersey. But yeah, weed doesn't do anything to you physically that would give you an advantage over anyone else in the Olympics. So I don't know
Yeah.
why testing for it would disqualify you from being able to partake in the Olympics. I just think that's weird.
Yeah, and I don't know the whole story in terms of like the timeline of the events, but like was it even like was it even around like a qualifying event where like it in her system would have affected her in any way, or was it just like like one of those times they just tested people to test them? Because like if it wasn't even like yeah, obviously it's not going to affect her running in any positive way. But if it wasn't even around the time of a qualifier for the Olympics, then why the fuck does it matter? Like her
Mm.
biological mother died. She wanted some weed to like chill out, leave the woman alone. Goddamn. Although I will drag her, not for this,
Mm.
but like she had a couple problematic tweets. But who doesn't honestly nowadays?
Oh god, I
Um,
didn't know about the problematic tweets. Were they homophobic? Don't tell me they were homophobic.
I think one of them was a little homophobic.
Oh well, listen, I people are homophobic, but
Yeah.
the whole thing where she got disbarred from the Olympics for having weed, I'm not about that. Being homophobic though, I'm not about that either. So
Oh, I thought you were gonna. The way you sounded made it sound like you're like, but homophobia, I am. I am about
I am about
that.
that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not about homophobia at all. So it be like that, I guess. What was the tweet where she was being homophobic? What happened?
Okay, give me a second. I'm pretty sure it's about Lil Nas.
Oh no! Oh
Um,
no!
yeah, here it is. Shikari Richardson, March 29th. If you support Lil Nas X, you can unfollow me. And
Mm.
there's another one that says, and I can't quote it completely because there's a word in there that I won't say. But if you N-word and you wear pink, die in a pit, flat face because you gay as fuck.
She tweeted this?
I see this. Okay, so the first tweet I quoted the if you support Lil Nas X, you can follow me. That is a tweet of hers specifically. This one is a screenshot of a tweet of hers, which could have been doctored, sure, but it doesn't look like it. So,
Ooh. How do you spell her name?
SHA apostrophe CARRI.
CAR. Aha. I'm just going on. I'm going on her Twitter. I'm looking for this little Nas tweet because I stand little Nas.
Well, who knows if it's still there? She might have gotten rid of it.
Well, she shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, like the moment anyone does anything, their tweets are dug up. So, like, it sucks, but nah.
Nah. Well, I guess it'd be that way. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, can we should we talk about Lil Nas's new new video that came out?
Oh, wait. Yeah, it's not trending, but it's trending in my heart. So yeah, if you wanna start us off.
It's always trending in my heart as well. Industry Baby. That video though. That shower scene
Uh,
though. Where's the uncensored version?
yeah, so for anyone who hasn't watched it yet, Lil Nas released his second single from his upcoming album called Industry Baby, and it features Jack Harlow, I think his name is, and it is music video is provocative.
Mm.
It's hot. It's basically him in prison, and there's a lot of dancing, a lot of nudity or pixelated nudity, and it's wild, absolutely wild.
Wild AF.
Yeah, I think once again it just reaffirmed how attractive he is. He is, and
Oh yeah.
he has a certain eye, his aesthetic, whether or not it's him. I hope it's him like helping to produce and like choreograph or like design the music video. I assume he has some creative control. So if it is him, it just reaffirms what we knew from Call Me by Your Name, which is he's got like really fun. Like he's just fun. Like his fun, the
Oh,
way he like
absolutely.
fucks with people on Twitter, he's just fun. It's just nice to see.
Oh my god, I loved that this video was basically just a middle finger to everyone. Oh god, what happened?
What?
Your camera. Oh, it's back.
What? Oh,
Your camera pixelated there for a second.
I'm so sorry. My internet connection probably isn't the best, to be honest. But yeah, so yeah, it was very much like a. He just had. Speaking of agency from our last episode of the podcast where we talked about being sub and having agency over yourself, he takes agency over himself, his brand, and his sexuality, and he like just does what he wants with it, and is very authentic, and that's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
And
It's
he
just
doesn't
beautiful.
give two shits about what anyone says. He got the backlash from Call Me by Your Name, and he took that and he made it better. Like
And
he,
he's like, "Oh, you didn't like me grinding on the devil? Here's a bunch of naked men dancing in a shower with their dicks out." And you're just like, "Oh."
I saw one comment that was like, every time one of them says that Little Nas is going to hell, he gets gayer, and I loved that
He,
comment.
honestly, if he keeps upping the ante with these music videos, the next one's just gonna be porn. Like it'll just be straight up him deep dick in another man, or vice versa. I don't know what he's into.
And I mean, I would be here for it.
I would watch it. I'd give it the views. I'd give it the likes. I'd give it the comments.
What a
I just
blessing. What can we talk about
I
the marketing too that went into that video, or
yeah
just
the
the drop in general? How he
it's like, oh my
fooled
god,
everyone.
I have a court date on Monday for my little Nike scandal. And then he
He
releases the video
fooled
for it.
he fooled everyone. He was posting like, "Oh my god, I'm going to court," and nobody, not a single person, decided to fact check him and like to check to see if this court date was actually a thing. He just tricked
Yeah.
everybody, and I thought that was hilarious.
Because, like, honestly, after the whole Nike shoe thing, there were legitimate articles about, like, like the person distributing them getting like a lawsuit against them. So it was like, oh, this is real. Like this could honestly just happen. Like it's in the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
And then he was like, psych, it's actually a prison dance number when there's naked men everywhere. And Jack Harlow's the only straight white token guy because we gotta have that for the ladies.
Oh yeah, the ladies got to get in here somehow, or the straight men got to get in here somehow.
I loved the tweet. I think it was a tweet by Jack Harlow responding to someone else saying like, no, like Lil Nas, like really he wrote the whole thing, and honestly, if he wanted me in that shower scene, I would have been in there with him. And I was like, that's an ally.
That's an
That's an ally. If you have one of your straight friends who's willing to shower with you and dance naked, that's an ally.
That's an
and
ally.
You have to hold them close.
Let's go talk to Anthony real quick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let me just text him. Text him real quick.
hey Anthony, how do you feel about a
Did
shower?
you hear that Netflix is developing a live action Pokemon series?
No, I didn't hear this.
So it's going to be in the same vein as Detective Pikachu, I think, in terms of A, it's live action, and B, like that type of live action, like how the Pokemon look and shit like that.
Right.
No word on like what the plot will be. Whether it'll be like will it be Pokemon like Red and Blue, or will it actually be a story within the Detective Pikachu like universe? But I think it's gonna be a series too.
Hmm.
I I would love both, honestly. I would love an original story, and I would love if they adapted, like, Ash, not Ash, but like, or Ash, sure, why not? Like Pokemon Red Trainer, and
Right.
Red Blue.
I kind of liked where the Detective Pikachu storyline ended, though. So, I mean, they could
Yeah.
spin that off in a whole bunch of different ways, probably.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't want a sequel. I don't
yeah.
want a sequel. Yeah.
But I think that if it was a kind of a new storyline, maybe not even an adaptation of the existing characters, an entirely new storyline, I would also be
Yeah.
fine with that.
Yeah, I think hopefully it looks like Detective Pikachu in terms of the animation of the Pokemon because I think they did it pretty well. It didn't look too bad in my opinion. So as long as it stays pretty clean looking, I think I'll be happy no matter what they do.
Oh no, the Detective Pikachu animation was pretty good. I liked Detective Pikachu. It was a fun movie.
Yeah, I think like a couple of the Pokemon looked a little strange, but that's just because some Pokemon look like they're weird. Like it's just
Well, it'd be that way. I also liked
yeah.
the Sonic movie, so that'd also be that way.
Oh, and they already wrapped filming the second Sonic movie. It's already done.
Ah, and they probably just have to do
So,
all the animation stuff, right? The
oh yeah, like put it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Which now they know how he looks
they're not gonna fuck
because
it up this time. What if they try?
AIDS.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
You can start talking about
AIDS.
AIDS.
No, go. Which finish your thought. Finish your thought before we get into AIDS.
I was I was gonna ask because the how Sonic originally looked before they changed him. What do you
Yeah.
think Tails would have looked like? Because they did have Tails
Awful.
for a brief second in the movie at the
Awful. Would
end.
have would
Oh.
have looked awful. Like it would have looked just as ugly, if not uglier. Probably uglier. Yeah.
All right, go talk about AIDS now. What happened?
AIDS is trending in rap, so I want to know why.
In
Uh.
rap, where is this? And let
Oh
me
my.
refresh my
Oh
trending
my
page.
God. I was on the entertainment section.
Oh, okay. I forgot that these other sections exist on Twitter. AIDS, it is trending.
It's just okay. Not Ti saying since Lil Nas X is expressing himself through music and creativity that we should be okay with Dababy talking about people having HIV and AIDS today. Not the same cut. Dababy is currently trending, following his points of Rolling Loud. He started to spark. What is happening?
What is happening? Are people upset
Um,
about Little Nas somehow?
I'm trying to
Who?
see where. Oh, here we go. Here we go. DaBaby receives backlash for homophobic comments while performing. Okay, here we go. What did he say?
Here we go. I'm gonna click the same article.
Okay. Oh, there's an update. I'm gonna address this weak ass internet shit one more time, and then I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. What me and my fans do at the show, it doesn't concern you, blank, on the
Like,
internet or your bitter bitches on the internet. It's not your business. What I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to someone looking at little 5, 6 second clips. But what did you? Okay, what the fuck did you say? What did you say?
yeah, where's the homophobic shit?
God. During his performance at Rolling Loud Miami on Sunday, DaBaby shared some highly questionable comments that many have criticized. Quote, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, then put your cell phone lighter up. Ladies, if you're ladies, if your pussy
Oh,
smell like water, put your cell phone lighter up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lighter up.
oh my God.
Let's be real about some of this shit. Some of y'all blank suspect as a motherfucker. What does that mean?
Um, he
What is
he's making a weird comment about people with HIV and AIDS. Because first of all, there's a stigma against people. First of all, you won't die if you get HIV. Let's just say that in 2 to 3 weeks, especially. Also, if
like
you're treated well for it. So that's a weird comment to say. And then the comment about if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lighter up. That's a little weird to say. Why would you say that?
I I also want to know like where it came from. I don't know.
He's probably making a jab at Little Nas based on the comments. And also Little Nas also tweeted about it as well.
Right, right. Very okay. Yeah, this is who's the baby?
Some rapper. I think a lot of people like him. He's more of a recent guy. But also just generally, not even with Dababy, there is like a lot of homophobia in the rap community specifically. So Little Nas in particular gets a lot of hate from that side of the community.
I saw something related to this recently. Oh God, this is gonna be very bastardized because I can't remember exactly where I saw it. But basically, they were saying that some people were going, "Oh, if Lil Nas wants to be this gay icon and like be doing all this sexual stuff in his videos, he should be preaching about things like safe sex, prep, and
Oh,
HIV awareness, which he could. But then the person that was recounting this was like, well, then why not have fucking like straight people talk about safe sex and condom usages and like not getting people pregnant early. Like just because you are queer or gay does not mean you have to speak on every gay issue or you have to become like a sort of like a get on your soapbox about all these queer issues. Like he wants to own his sexuality in a certain way. He wants to own his brand, his queerness in a certain way. Just let him own it. It's not hurting anyone.
I
It's not hurting anyone.
it's so stupid. It's because you can't ask someone to do something that you wouldn't also ask a heterosexual person to do in their realm of reality. Like you can't ask someone to speak on STDs, and be a spokesperson on that topic. Expect
Yeah.
them to do so if you wouldn't also expect all the straight artists who can also be a little sexual in their art to also speak on that. So it's
Yeah.
the
And
double
then
standards.
I mean, I'll always say this because I love when I heard this. Someone, I don't know who. I never remember my sources, which is terrible. But basically, it was like it's like, are you really do you really think that all gay people are hypersexual and having sex all the time and fucking in sluts? Or was the only way you saw gay people in society through media that portrayed them as hypersexual? Things like pornography and the very rare appearance you'd see on a TV show or movie.
Yeah,
And I was like, ooh,
here we
because
are.
that's what it is. Because honestly, growing up, where did I see all my gay things? In porn. So for a while, I was just like, must be all they're good for.
Oh, just having sex.
Which honestly, from personal experience, kind of true.
That's
Kind of
why
true.
that is why we do need queer representation in media that is not just like regularly in media. Like it doesn't have to
Mm,
be sexual. Maybe it doesn't even have to involve queer relationships even. Just like having
yeah.
people there that are queer.
Like
um
that. If you listen to our last episode, listeners, viewers, whatever, I was saying that I went to Barnes and Noble. A lot of the books for LGBTQ plus content were very similar, and like I said, a lot of them had to do with high school, and like almost all of them had to deal with romance. Like the the fulcrum, the crux of the book of the plot is really about a romance. Like
right.
the person coming to terms with their sexuality because they are liking someone, or like their first love, or whatever. I'm like, that's why I love this book by Ocean Vuong because while he does talk about his relationship with someone, the book is really about his relationship with his mother and grandmother as a
Right.
queer person.
And like don't get me wrong, I love me a good queer romance because
Oh yeah, of course, of
we
course.
had none of that growing up, or at least I didn't.
Yeah,
So seeing it and being able to consume queer romance now is something that I love doing. But also, it would be
yeah.
great to just consume other regular content that's not romance, like fantasy or any other genre that I like.
I'm
Also, being able to see
hungry.
queer representation. Yeah,
I'm hungry. Give me all of the representation. Give me all the content.
exactly. Give me everything. Give me everything tonight. We don't have the rights.
Oh yeah, I got it. I was like, what song is that? And I was like, oh yeah,
That's a
flashback to high school.
song from a billion years ago. We're old. Gen
I'm
Zers don't know what that
old.
is.
What's a Gen Z?
What?
Did
What's
you
a
did you
Gen
notice
Z?
that if you go to the entertainment tag on Twitter every day I've done this. You've got your entertainment tag. 4 or 5 are always K-pop. And I'm like,
I do see them.
I love how big it is. Like K-pop's cool in that way. I mean, I don't listen to any Korean music, but I'm happy it's big. But it's just like always K-pop, always. And I'm like, damn. Except
K-pop's
for
very popular.
Wonho. Except for Wonho, I'm very in. I'm very, very into one. And I wish he was very into me.
Well, why don't you DM him and get him on the podcast?
Okay, let's put that in the list. Britney Spears officially files to remove her father, Jamie, from conservatorship as her attorney thanks Free Britney supporters.
Heck yeah. We are Free Britney stans on this podcast.
Work. Work, work, work. She's trying to do it. She's trying to get her life back. She's looking beautiful. She recently posted that topless pic, and while I wasn't expecting it, but I saw it and I was like, wow, those are breasts. I love an empowered person. So if she wants to get those boobies out there, get those boobies out there.
I really hope it works out for her. I really do. In terms of getting her life back.
I'm telling you, if this happens, I'm sure one day she will be free of it. I hope, right?
We hope.
I hope either one of two things happens. Either she just like quits the industry altogether and she just lives a happy life, or she like takes a break and comes back with an absolute banger of an album.
Oh, the
takes
return
all
album.
all of that repressed anger, energy, creative, whatever she just wasn't being able to utilize because she didn't want to work under these conditions, and she just shoves it down my throat and makes me choke and die on it. God, I would die for Britney. Die for
Oh my
her.
God. Listen, the gays all stand Britney. We all love Britney's music. It's what we sing in the clubs. I've done karaoke to Britney music at the gay clubs, the gay bars.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It was beautiful. She would be proud of you.
So we are Free Britney stands here, and we have a whole episode about this. So if you haven't listened to it, go ahead and go a couple episodes back and listen to our Free Britney episode where we talk all about the conservatorship and our feelings about it.
Very strong feelings.
Anyway, do you see any other fun tags? We are coming up to 40 minutes here.
I'm trying to just find one more like fun one, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm now in the news tab, but I also don't really like the news tab because it's all like politics and COVID related. I see this one that says new cases in the U.S. for coronavirus have now surpassed India's, which is not good for the U.S.,
great.
But good for India.
Not great. But good for it. Well, you're right, but good for India.
Yeah, I'm assuming that means that the India cases are going down per day, but also not good for the U.S. since our cases are going up.
No.
Get vaccinated, folks.
I know I saved. Oh wait, on Twitter. I think I liked an article that I wanted to talk about. One second, just let me.
Oh, is it in our likes?
It might be in our likes. I'm on my app right now looking. Oh God, there's a lot of things here. And, oh God, no. Maybe it's in one of the tweets. Oh, I tweeted too much. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, this is it. Right. Yeah. So Lil Nas, back to Lil Nas because we can't go too far from him. He is basically now an advocate for the Bail Project right after Industry Baby came out, and is raising money for that cause to help end cash bail in the United States. Basically, the gist is that cash bail is kind of racist slash sort of, discriminatory against people who can't obviously make the money required for cash bail, and sometimes the cash bail limits are very high. So it can be discriminatory to groups of people like minorities who are historically disenfranchised and have lower paying positions and can't pay those bails. So I think it's great that he's using not only his platform to give me that naked dick swinging shower scene, but also because like we were just saying, like, he's queer, but he doesn't have to be a spokesperson for queer rights. He's using his platform for other good things, and that's one of them. So that's just what I want to say.
See, he is using his platform for good things. Like, maybe he's not being outward about HIV and AIDS, and he could be outward about all these other social issues that everyone wants social commentary on, apparently, from every gay artist.
But you have to pick and choose what you fight for, because you can't fight for everything 100% as much as we'd like to. Like, you can be very supportive of things, but the things you really fight for, you can't fight for too many of them, or you're never gonna be able to put enough into them.
Yeah, I love that. We stand Little Nas X hard on this podcast.
It's hard, all right. It's so hard for so long. They say I should go to the doctor to get it checked out, honestly. Um,
Has it been 4 hours?
it's been 84 years.
After 4 hours of watching Industry Baby on loop, yeah, it's been longer
Oh
than
my
four
God.
hours.
Oh, it's not even the whole video. It's just that shower dance scene on a
Just
loop for
shower
4 hours.
dancing on loop.
Just you with the
God.
magnifying glass, like, oh.
If you're listening and you haven't seen Industry Baby yet, go ahead and watch it on YouTube. It is a fun time. It is a blast. Unless you don't feel like seeing a lot of gay shit on your screen, then don't watch it, I guess.
And if you don't, you're homophobic.
Ah!
Sorry, I said it. I'm sorry.
Anywho, I think we can wrap up there. Why don't you sign us out, Pat?
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. This is the What to the Gates Think podcast. Oh my God, I just kicked my desk. I'm so sorry for that judder and jitter. We have new episodes roughly every Tuesday of every week, sometimes Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, depending on how busy Matt is and how late we record these. So you can find us at What Do the Gays Think podcast on any podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. It's also on YouTube at What Do the Gays Think, so you can watch them. Subscribe, follow, like, comment to keep up to date with us. We have the Twitter WDTGT podcast. If you follow us there, you can get all the notifications and all the tweets and the retweets of all the little Nas X stuff that we love and all the Kylie Sonique love I have for RuPaul's Drag Race this season. We also stream occasionally on Twitch. What do the gamers think? I do think I'm going to start streaming Death's Door. I
Oh,
really like that game is really fun. It's very cute, and I think I'm gonna start streaming it. Maybe this week, maybe I don't know.
oh, girl,
I
get
don't
it.
know. Yeah, so we have the Twitter, the Twitch, all the podcasting stuff. I think that's it, right? I think
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. I am
yeah.
Matt Klubeck.
And I'm simping for Kylie Sonique Love, just waiting for her to notice me. Did you know that she liked one of our tweets? Oh, that I made about her.
She did. Ah,
Loved it. But yeah, that's it.
that's it. All right. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.